As you begin to notice the subtle ways that your mind processes information, you might find yourself becoming more and more aware of how you naturally sort the world around you. Picture yourself just for a moment, observing the countless details of your surroundings, the sights, the sounds, the sensations, the very thoughts you're having right now. And as you do, you might start to realize something profound. You might notice some people, perhaps even yourself, tend to focus on the small, specific details, almost as if zooming in on the tiniest elements in the picture, like an accountant meticulously looking through numbers, each one holding its own meaning. You can almost feel the precision, the sharpness of their gaze, the exactness of their attention. And isn't it fascinating how this deep focus on the specifics creates a certain kind of expertise, a certain kind of mastery of the details, of the data, of the facts. And yet there's another way. You might imagine someone standing at a distance, taking in the grand landscape, seeing how everything fits together, even when those pieces seem disconnected at first glance. It's almost as if the big picture revealed itself effortlessly, as if, in the vast sea of possibilities, patterns and connections emerge where others see chaos. It's like the artist, the musician, the visionary, whose mind naturally jumps from one point to another, pulling things together in ways others can't always explain. You can almost feel that shift, the expansive energy, the freedom of seeing the whole map, the bigger picture. Now notice what happens when you start to zoom in and zoom out. Feel how your mind effortlessly shifts between these two perspectives, flowing between the details and the grand, elegant connections, almost like a dance, a rhythm, a fluidity in your thinking. You can begin to see how chunking up and chunking down, they work together, like two sides of the same coin. As you dive deeper into the specifics, there's an unfolding, a discovery, a richness that emerges. And as you pull back, you suddenly notice how those very same details fit into the larger context, a greater understanding, a holistic view that integrates and elevates everything that you see. You might now realize how upchunking and downchunking, they're not just techniques, but they're ways of being, ways of perceiving, ways of mastering the flow of information in a way that's uniquely yours. Can you feel the power of that insight? How these shifts, these moments between perspective, to bring a new kind of clarity, a new way of seeing the world. And as you let that realization sink in, there's a part of you, perhaps deep within, that understands how these abilities, these shifts, they can be trained, developed and enhanced. Imagine how it would feel to effortlessly move between these modes, mastering the art of both, precision and vision, the power of both detail and connection. Every time you learn something new, each time you solve a problem, you get better, smoother, more skilled at shifting between these perspectives, using both chunking up and chunking down to navigate the complex landscape of life, relationships, creativity and influence. And as you reflect on this, you might begin to see how these techniques, chunking up and chunking down, they're not just tools, but they're gateways to mastery, to deeper understanding, to connection, to seeing the world not as a collection of random pieces, but as an interconnected, dynamic whole. And each time you move between these perspectives, you're shaping your reality. You're influencing how you perceive, how you learn, and how you create. In this dance between the big picture and the details, you start to see how influence works on a deeper, more unconscious level. You begin to notice the subtle ways that people shift between focusing on the details and seeing the whole, and how that shift allows them to connect with others, solve problems creatively, and communicate more effectively. And as you absorb these insights, there's an understanding that naturally begins to arise. That mastery of both chunking up and chunking down, it's not just about skill, but about mindset. A mindset to see value in both the micro and the macro. That understanding how to zoom in and zoom out with ease. Making sense of complexity, finding the connections, the coherence in everything. You might find yourself becoming more naturally adept at this, almost as if it's becoming second nature to you. What's even more fascinating is how this kind of perception, it opens you up to a new realm of possibility. It's almost as if you've been given a new lens, a way of seeing the world that's both grounded and expansive, both detailed and limitless. You begin to see how every interaction, every conversation, every moment, it's an opportunity to engage in this process, to influence, to connect, to understand and to grow. And as you begin to use these techniques more and more, the world around you might seem to shift in subtle yet profound ways. You might find yourself effortlessly sorting, organising and categorising information. You might notice your creativity flows more easily, that you're able to solve problems faster, or you're more present in your conversations, truly understanding what others are communicating about the conscious and unconscious level. The truth is, this skill, this ability to shift between chunking up and chunking down, is one of the most powerful tools in your repertoire. It's the skill that not only helps you to navigate the world, but also to influence it. And as you master this skill, you'll naturally find you're able to access deeper levels of understanding, to see connections others might miss, and to influence with grace and ease. Now imagine every time you practice this skill, every time you move between the big picture and the details, you're strengthening your ability to influence, to lead and to connect with others on a level that feels both natural and effortless. It's almost like the more you practice, the more you become attuned to the subtle shifts in your perspective. The more you understand how chunking up and chunking down create patterns of thought and behaviour that allow you to flow with ease, to make sense of complexity, and to create impact in every area of your life. And as you continue to deepen this understanding, you might find the skill becomes an integral part of who you are.